What's going on, Aries? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the rest of January 2024. So in this reading, Aries, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the rest of the month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding January 2024. But before we begin this reading, Aries, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, Aries, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here. But without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy, and we'll see what's coming your way for the rest of January 2024, Aries. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aries. Yes. Let's see what we got here, Aries. Fascinating reading, Aries. I see definitely a little bit of a complication with a soulmate. The first thing that I'm picking up on is definitely a hard choice in love, or whether this has to do with a business partnership for some of you, a new friendship, or I definitely feel like there's something to do with a choice. How am I going to relate to this person that I'm very passionate about? Because I can clearly see there's someone that you're very passionate about, especially in love, but there's starting to be something that you may have a lot of questions about this person. So I don't know. We're gonna get into it. Before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards, Aries, and these oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of for January 2024. And the first one is the planet Pluto. And Pluto rules Scorpio. So there could be a Scorpio here that would be good for you to connect to for some of you, astrologically speaking. But Pluto rules psychology, sex, power, death, rebirth, transformation. It's the idea of the snake shedding its skin. Pluto is the furthest planet from the sun. So it's like this very deep, dark. It rules Hades, the underworld. And I just do feel like there's something here that needs to transform, especially to do with your psychology. Whether this has to do with your relationships or your career, we're going to have to see. But Pluto is the first energy you need more of. So with this being here, from a certain perspective, you can't be afraid of transformation, because this is what you need to do to really question your own psychology. Don't take anything at surface value. Pluto is the person who digs deep and finds the facts. The universe is also asking you, Aries, to have your BS, your bullshit detector set to maximum. Okay, don't take anything at surface value. You're going to have to look really deep. And Pluto is also the planet of obsession. So you need to look at this. I feel like you are dealing with a situation where people could be obsessed with you, or someone, especially the person you're dealing with. I don't know. We're going to have to see what it's related to in a moment. You also have the square. The square in astrology represents a difficult aspect. It represents a challenge that you're meant to grow through. Squares are something that can transform you. So the energy that you need more of is basically right now you're in a pencil sharpener. You're Aries, you're a pencil. You got put into the pencil sharpener. You're going to have to be grinded up and transformed as a result of a challenge for the rest of January. So Pluto to the square, there could be a real challenge for you to transform, challenge for you to delve deep into psychology, because I do feel like there's something here that you could really mess up. There's something here that you could miss a red flag, And for some of you, there's definitely a relationship coming through. For some of you, it's a new relationship. For others of you, if you're already in an existing relationship, there's something about a soul contract, like a destined thing, that seems great. But I feel like there's something that you're missing for some sort of reason about someone. You know, someone could be saying the right things, they could look great, but like underneath there's like this feeling of, I don't know if this is the person for me anymore, for some of you in a relationship. But some of you, it's like you're talking to someone or you've been seeing them, and like there's this feeling of like, why is it so perfect? You could have what I'm sensing is like a good relationship for you that you're dealing with, that you're in, however it works out in January, that's good on the surface and it makes you look good. But then when you actually go deep and you dig up the truth of what is this person, how does our energy fit together, etc., it's actually challenging. And I don't know if in the best way. So I don't know. Just give me a little bit of time to uncover this reading, Aries. The next energy you have that you need more of is the North Node of the Moon. And the North Node, from a certain perspective, represents your destiny. And from a certain perspective, it also shows your mission statement. Why did your soul choose to incarnate? So definitely a lot of you focusing on your destiny. But the thing about the North Node is that most people run from the North Node energy for the first 40 years of their life. So the North Node is generally not something that you can really... You got to get the South Node right before you get the North Node right. So for you, it's all about challenging yourself to go towards your destiny. And even if it's very challenging. And for some of you, your destiny is going to look like a different person than the person that you thought you were going to be destined to be with. And for a lot of you, there is this feeling of someone that you're either with right now or that you're talking to right now. And on the surface level, it looks great. And you may have a soul contract with this person. But what the honest energy that I'm feeling, Aries, the honest energy that I'm feeling is that whoever you're in a relationship right now in love, whoever that you're talking to, whatever's going on in your vicinity, I feel like you're telling yourself that this is like a soulmate, or that this is just going to be harmonious, or that this is like because we fit so good together. But I don't know. I almost feel like it's something coming in to transform your destiny and your psychology. And instead of like some sort of feel-good relationship in January 2024, you may really start to be aware of some sort of negative things that someone brings up about your own psychology, your own sexuality even. And for some of you here with the North Node and Pluto, you really want to look at your own sexuality right now, because Pluto represents that, and the North Node represents something that's hard to move towards. It is the most rewarding thing. The thing about the North Node, you got to do stuff that is not instantly gratifying for January 2024 Aries. You got to move towards something that's it's your North Star. What is the universe calling you to do? But it has to do with a challenge. So if you just take the easy path and you kind of just go with the flow and you don't make hard decisions and you take things at surface level and you don't dig deep beyond the surface level, I think you're gonna make a really big mistake. I think you're gonna make a really big mistake, particularly in relationships. So destiny is absolutely calling with relationships, and some of you may be navigating multiple soul contracts that are very confusing at this time. So let's continue. Let's go into the tarot. Your opportunity, Aries, for January 2024 is the Four of Pentacles. And for some sort of reason, it's coming through as always say less than necessary and sit back and observe. Okay? You know, usually the smartest person in the room isn't the person who's always running their mouth. It's usually the person that keeps quiet. But especially when it comes to financial matters, this may be a cautionary opportunity to save your money, to not overspend, to start creating a foundation. The number 4 in your opportunity has to do with a foundation, Aries. So maybe not overspending is your opportunity, but we're going to have to clarify. I feel like it's more in relationship to like observe. I feel like there's this sensation of someone that you're already with in love, or someone that you're talking to, something that's happening. It's like, I think that someone is like, has sold you an idea of who they are, but deep down, maybe you're great individually. And like, I don't want this reading to be some sort of, bashing some sort of scumbag. No, that's not what's going on. I feel like there's a situation where Destiny's bringing you together with someone, or for some of you, if you've already been in a relationship for a long time, I feel like is this thing about an expiring soul contract. But for those of you talking to someone new, I don't know if you know who you're really talking to. I don't know if you know who you're really dealing with. And I think you have the intuition that this is a little bit different than what I'm being presented with. But with the North Node, Pluto, and the square, now, the square is something that can be overcome. So for a lot of you, this is the idea of dealing with a rough patch in relationships. But for others of you, you're going to have to be really honest, especially if you've been in a relationship and it's just been like waiting for life to start feel really good. But for others of you, I feel like the new person you're talking to is kind of like, so your opportunity is the Four of Pentacles, right? Always say less than necessary. Observe. Your challenge is the Three of Pentacles, so this has to do with teamwork, collaboration, learning something new in the workplace. This could be a little bit of a challenge having to do with work. Whether you're trying to advance, make more money, learn a new skill, whatever you got going on, we're going to have to clarify. But it is interesting to me that your opportunity and your challenge are the Suit of Pentacles, which have to do with the earthly realm, day-to-day practical things. And so for some of you, if you're starting a new job, there's definitely an opportunity for you to just observe in the workplace. Don't run your mouth. Observe and take in everything that's going on, right? Now, some of you can call me an evil maniac for doing this, but, I've gotten am I really going to do this? Whatever. And maybe this energy will come back to me, but I'll be able to sense it, so don't try it. But I have gotten a lot of astrology readings, over the last, month with astrologers, and, I just let them think that I don't know give me what you got. I'm not going to assert myself. I'm going to absorb what you got for me. And that doesn't have to be some sort of negative thing. But maybe there's some sort of purpose, if I'm being honest, if I'm just being honest here, and I'm not trying to filter and be some woke person, then what I would say is maybe you could pick up some sort of information in the workplace that would be very valuable. I'm not saying spy. I'm not saying doing anything weird. But I am saying, silently absorbing, silently learning. And this could also just be hey, be humble. Be humble. Because part of what I'm doing, I got 10 astrology readings from astrologers, and I let them think that I didn't know anything about astrology. Therefore, I am this Batman. And that's so cool, right? Right? That's part of it. The other part of it is just, I'm humble. I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm not gonna assert. I'm not gonna, I would do it this way. No, I'm just gonna be humble and see what you got from me. So there's always, you see, this reality isn't black and white. Every single thing that you do has a shadow. Every single thing that you do has a light. So when these people sit here and judge me for getting readings and not engaging to the extent that I could have in some sort of attempt to gain information about astrology readings, and you're going to call me bad for it, but you're just this lovely paragon of civilization, right? Tell me more about that, right. Okay, what is going on? Oh man, this Pluto transit's almost over, folks. Just give me a break. This reading's more about you. Shut up. Go somewhere else. I'm sorry, Aries. You're bringing out I thought I was not going to be combative today. Your overall general energy, A, is the King of Wands, the Strength card, and the Two of Wands. So once again, there's the idea of passion being restricted, or you willingly restricting your passion to perhaps learn the fundamentals. Now, just to give you the example of the astrology, I learned the fundamentals because the King of Wands wants just to be up in your face. But let's stop dealing with this one storyline. This is clearly about a choice in love and relationship, I feel, because the Two of Wands in your overall general energy, Aries, like I said in the beginning, something to do with the soul contract. You have a risky option in front of you. Do I take on the world? Do I do something new? Do I take a chance? You have the world in the palm of your hands, but you also have this safe option behind you, potentially in the form of a relationship or some sort of career aspect. But you have the King of Wands and the Strength card. So I feel like whatever you're doing, you're craving more fire, more passion, or something new. I don't know why I just get the word new. And it's interesting, your opportunity is the Four of Pentacles, even though I feel like you're craving something new. I don't know, so we're going to have to clarify that. But it seems like there could be a tough, passionate decision, a tough, passionate passive, no, not passive, but a tough choice in love. Because, you know, the Strength card is like merging the higher self with the animalistic self, moving through a difficult situation with grace. So you have to, in some sort of way, balance the King of Wands energy. And in your overall general energy, you might just like experience a sense of like, I could be more passionate this month, but let's just, and it's interesting because that's your opportunity. I'm not just saying that because it's showing up. I'm saying that because it's your opportunity. But this is where things really start to get fishy. And this is where I'm genuinely concerned. This is where I start to become genuinely concerned, because I don't know what this is, but let's interpret it now. In what you don't see coming for the rest of January 2024, so on the surface level, it's like I'm just, I'm just being a fiery Aries, and I'm moving through it with grace, and I'm looking at my options. Four of Pentacles and the opportunity. Just sit back, just try to be more calm and stable than usual. But in what you don't see coming, I mean, I feel like this is why your opportunity is the Four of Pentacles, to like bite your tongue. I mean, I don't know what's going on. You have the Nine of Swords, which is usually sleepless nights, anxiety, potentially depression, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Two of Swords. And for me, this is screaming potential missed opportunity. I feel like missed opportunity. And for most of you out there, it's probably because you're going to take the safe option in relationship. It's probably because you're not going to stretch yourself to transform to your destiny. And how ironic is it, Aries, for all the astrological informed ones out there, and even if you're not, I'll explain it right now. The North Node has to do with your destiny. It's what you need more of. And what you don't see coming, the Wheel of Fortune has to do with your destiny, but it's in reverse. So for a lot of you, this is the refusal to look at something that is a part of your destiny because it's scary. And because it requires you to overcome challenge and disharmony. Because there's something that you have going on. It's lined up. It's so easy. It's just going to be natural. Like, this is the path of least resistance that you have going on in front of you, especially in relationships. I feel like there's a relationship that is just the path of least resistance, and it's not going to make you grow. But what I'm telling you, the tricky part of this reading, and I hope that you're following me, is that the one that you're initially telling yourself, this is the hard path. This is the person that's going to make me grow. Oh my God, the challenge. Are you sure that's the challenge? Are you sure that's the challenge? Are you sure that's the challenge? Or is the one that you're actually meant to be with the one that looks easy, but it's actually not easy? Now, I'm losing a lot of you because this is confusing and it's being lost in translation, but for a lot of you, I'm not. So I'm just going to keep going. I really feel like there's a high chance for a missed opportunity, especially in relationships. So whether this is just to the fact that you're committed and you're just going, well, I'm not going to risk all this. I'm just going to stay. Well, you better be really growing in other ways if you're going to stay in a relationship, because I don't know what's going on here, Aries, but this looks sketchy to me. And so we're really going to have to clarify this. But I do feel like there's, in what you don't see coming, you're going to, whether this is a choice in love or not, no matter what you got going on, because a lot of you, this won't have to do with love and it will have to do with career. So I'm sorry for all of you that have to sit here through the Aries Pimp Chronicles. I'm joking. This reading's about you. Get away from here. Okay. Hey, I'm doing my best, okay? Okay? It's a miracle that I'm even here, okay? And so what I'm saying here is you need to stretch yourself. You're throwing me off now. You're throwing me off. All right. Now, let's go to your advice, because once again, there's something weird going on in your relationships, Aries. Or career, but you have the Empress in the advice, you have the Empress in reverse, you have the Queen of Swords, and you have the Two of Cups. Right. So the Empress in reverse here, in your advice, can be, I just get it's like maybe you want to settle down with the wrong person, or maybe the person that you're thinking is going to be, and that's what the whole dichotomy of this reading is, like the person that you're like, this is the happily ever, this is the person that's going to satisfy me more, or like it just looks good on paper. Like there really could be a situation that looks good, or that you want to stay somewhere just for the money. Whether this has to do with job or relationships, are you picking someone just for the money? Are you picking someone the Empress in reverse? You know what I mean? And the advice also could have to do something with pregnancy, Aries. For a lot of you ladies out there, maybe you're around, you could still have a baby. I mean, I don't know. It's like almost like maybe you're not going to have a child if you stay with the person you're going to be with. But if you were to take a risk, you would have a child. And then it would be like this destined thing. Whether this has to do with children or not, there's something to do with abundance. But clearly, like, What this is about, and I'm sorry that it took me this long, you need to not take anything happening at surface level. You need to dig deep into the realm of psychology and what's going on beneath the surface. Don't pay attention to people's words, pay attention to people's actions. Don't pay attention to what they say they're going to do, pay attention to what their history. Do they have a history of broken relationships? Do they have a history of promise? Like, whatever it is you got going on here, Aries, you must dig deep, because I do feel like for a lot of you, there's something going on where you're like, it's very confusing to who is the destined person I'm meant to be with, or something to do with the North Node. And for some of you, if you're lacking, if money's a problem, then I do feel like the advice here with the Four of Pentacles being in your opportunity, the Three of Pentacles being in your challenge, and then you have this, the Three of Pentacles in your challenge is to teamwork, work with other. And the Queen of Swords here to the two, it's like almost like, hey, Aries, you're going to have to work with someone. Your challenge is the Three of Pentacles. And it's like you're going to have to work with someone. Maybe you can't do it alone in business. Maybe you can't do it alone in career. Maybe you do need to work with people, and like that's something I'm struggling with astrology, because I'm like literally just doing the scumbag version of just getting readings, learning it myself, and I'm like, I should probably join a school. But then I'm gonna be the teacher. You think this is a joke about astrology? Sorry. All right, I promise I'm not going to let my stuff get in the way of these readings. You were right, Anthony. Start clarifying this reading. Why is the Two of Wands here? I feel like a lot of you are going to have to make a difficult choice in relationships, whether this has to do with who you're going to work with in career or who you're going to be with in love, especially by the end of January. I feel like by January 29th, like the end of January, we're going to be like, oh my God, I'm like, okay. Yeah, I mean, the Two of Wands, Aries, is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Sun, and also the Hierophant. I feel like there is a relationship here that's going to come in and make you committed, happy. It could be a little bit traditional. It could have to do with good money things as well, And for some of you, it's like a choice. Like for some of you, maybe you have options here, but the Sun, the Hierophant, and the King of Pentacles to the Two of Wands. I mean, you definitely have at least an option that's like very traditional. The King of Pentacles to the Hierophant is like traditional Capricorn money or something like that, and the Sun, it might make you really happy. So whether this has to do with career or love, I feel like there's definitely a difficult decision here. I don't want to see you miss this opportunity though, so let's keep going. Let's clarify what the Strength card is here. Why is the Strength card here in your old? That's also in what you don't see coming. Why is the Strength card here and what in your overall general energy, Aries? Yeah, you're definitely going to have to make... There could be something about your own immaturity holding you back. The Strength card is clarified by the Nine of Swords and the Page of Cups. So just watch the impulsive impulse, like the impulsive need to just believe in an illusion here, Aries, because you do have the Page of Cups here, which is very an idealistic, gullible person. And what did I tell you? You need Pluto, the North Node, and the Square. You need to dig deep into... And the thing is about Pluto and the North Node, this is obsession. The North Node has to do with obsession. The Pluto has to do with obsession as well. And so you may have someone who's obsessed with you, and maybe that throws it off. Maybe that's what you need. Well, why is this person obsessed with? What does that show about them? I don't know. But you have this like Nine of Swords to the Page of Cups. So I really feel like you need to not be lured in by all the flashy lights. And the Empress in reverse here in your advice, and then you have the Queen of Swords to the Two of Cups. It's almost like you need to go towards the relationship, towards the career opportunity that you think is going to be hard. It's not the path of least. It's not the path of least resistance, right? But I just feel like it's... I don't know. Let's clarify what the Wheel of Fortune is here. It's in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is the centerpiece to your reading. Let's clarify it. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Six of Wands, and also the World. So, for a lot of you here, there's definitely a major opportunity for an upgrade and public victory, and also a little bit of fun. The Knight of Wands is an energy that pumps itself up, right? And so, with this opportunity being here in the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, try not to go too fast this month in career, because once again, your opportunity is the Four of Pentacles. So this is me being like, making a claim, hey, like, my initials are ASR, astrology starts with ASTR, I'm going to be the greatest astrologer ever known. Because I work with the quintile and no one knows what it is. And I have more quintiles than anyone. But, no, I'm sorry, I'm being cocky. So it's like, literally, look at it. Instead of being like, he's making the reading about him. Learn from it, Anthony. Try not to overdo it. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you know, getting too high on yourself. Like, I have this side of me that's like, I know I'm going to be a great astrologer. You just heard it. But it's like also like, hey, you know, you need to not go too fast. You need to learn the basics, you know, fundamentals. Fundamentals, kid, fundamentals. Try not to talk shit. Like, I'm giving you an example of what it is right now. And no, it's not about me. I'm an Aries. I'm included in this reading, Anthony. But I don't know why I'm saying Anthony. George, whatever you are. Cynthia. But, there's definitely going to be an upgrade in your career, but try to not go too fast, and try to make sure that your career doesn't make you miss an opportunity in love as well. Because for a lot of you, there's going to be this discrepancy between career advancement and love, and for a lot of you as well, be careful of the person who is like talking a big game in a relationship. For a lot of you, this is going to be the person that you've been with for a while. Just wait, honey. Just wait. Just wait. We'll be happy when? We'll be happy when we go here. We'll be happy when we manifest this. We'll be happy when you get this. We'll be happy when. It's never going to happen. And that's just, you go and just believe in my hubby. Believe in my hubby. Let's clarify what the Two of Swords in reverse is here. Why is the Two of Swords in reverse here? Three of Wands. The Two of Swords in reverse is clarified by the Three of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and also the Page of Pentacles here. So yeah, be careful of any sort of really fast decision that you want to make. You need to maybe make a slow decision, right? The Two of Swords in reverse is clarified by the Three of Wands, patience, you know, waiting. And the Knight of Swords is an opposite energy. Patience, someone trying to rush. There's definitely something you might be rushed in, especially career. Please do not rush your career. Please do not rush it. Please do not rush it. Please take your time. Slow build. It's always going to benefit you more to master the fundamentals than to rush it, you know? And that's what I did with tarot, you know? Just like I spent like a year during COVID, like during the pandemic, like in my room just like this for a year. No one knew I was doing it. I was just in love with it, learning the fundamentals. I learned the fundamentals to the point where I wanted to go crazy, and then you get the result of this channel. So whatever you got going in career, please focus more on the fundamentals. Know that your time will come, but just prepare for it, and don't get too full of yourself. Don't try to force it, please. And please, there's also something about this relationship thing, so that's what we're gonna get into now. Hold on one sec. All right, hold on. So let's clarify what the Empress is in reverse. The Empress in reverse is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Empress in reverse. The centerpiece to this reading is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. In your advice, you have the Empress in reverse. And so I really feel like this could be the wrong choice in partner, or it could be a missed opportunity. The wrong choice of partner that leads to a missed opportunity with the person that you were meant to be with. What the heck is that? What the heck is that? I never read reversals. You just had 4 reversals of the same card. 2 of the same cards, 2 of the same cards. What does that mean? I really feel like you really need to be careful here in terms of potentially, a false opportunity to make money. Hey, you know how many people are sending me emails every single day? You can't buy me. Go on, try me. See what happened? Okay, so it's like, it's like you got to have discernment. I could be coming on here. Look at this product I got. Everyone, go buy my Kratom. And you're just going to be like, turn it off. It's like, you got to really, anyone who is offering you their love, anyone who's offering you a get-rich-quick scheme, I'm just going to come in and be your husband and be your wife, and it's just going to be great, this happily ever after thing, because it looks good. No, there's something very mysteriously weird going on here, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, Aries. Let's do something a little different. What are the qualities of the person that you're not supposed to be with? What is the person, what are the qualities of the individual in love that I'm telling you is the false bait? What's the one that you're not supposed to be with? Give me some qualities, give me some appearances, give me something. What should Aries look at and say, no, that's the wrong one? Well, promise of great sex, lower self, doing, devil, dependency. Is there dependency? Of any sort? Is there addiction? Does this person encourage your addiction? What is the energy that Aries needs to be careful for? First of all, you had the devil, which kind of just leaves me chilling here. Like, okay, it's toxic, great. Capricorn, the person could be a Capricorn. The Capricorn could be if the person is a sun sign Cappy, or they have Cappy, maybe the wrong one. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, a fast start, eh? The thing that you need to watch out for, and this is what I was saying, for a lot of you, it's going to be a career opportunity, business person, the Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot. Hey, it's just going to be great, and we're just going to buff out that toxicity. So there's something about a new offer. Hey, the person also, this could have to do with travel. You could have to travel. You could travel with this person. There's something about the Ace. I gave you the clue. The clue is the Ace of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Chariot. That's the thing you got to watch out for. But I really feel like, Aries, if this reading leaves you more confused than you started, then I think I did a good job. But hold on. Let's also clarify the Queen of Swords, because I feel like, why is the Queen of Swords here in your advice? Because they're pointing at you just better be real careful to take anything at surface level. And you better be real careful that your choices in life, whether it's career or love or spiritually or whatever, are not just the easy path of least resistance. Queen of Swords is clarified by the 5 of Wands, the Judgment card, and also the 10 of Pentacles here. So there could be an issue of, I feel like this is definitely calling you to end a relationship with someone where there could have been overly competitiveness, jealousy, too much competitiveness, too much, playfulness even. There's definitely something like a playful relationship that needs to come to an end. And I feel like that's what you need to realize here is someone just may be playing with you, right? The Strength card is clarified by the 9 of Swords and the Page of Cups. And I feel like it's if someone is coming in and saying all this stuff and it's they're just playing with you. I don't know, Aries. This reading kind of left me more confused. But I will tell you, your opportunity is to shut up. Shut up and study. take one sentence that someone says and analyze it 100 times over. Then let me know what you have for it. You think I'm psycho? Have fun with the South Node.